Just under a 4-hour drive north of Marrakesh, we hit Morocco's capital city, Rabat. It isn't the known cultural brand that is Fez or Casablanca, but it's out to lead the Morocco's museum revolution. In 2014, the Mohammed VI Museum for Modern and Contemporary Art became the country's first contemporary art museum.
Le musée à Rabat, en fait, c'est une volonté royale de doter la ville de Rabat.
The museum in Rabat is part of the king's wish to give the city a number of cultural exhibits. It's his wish to give Rabat, as well as the entire country of Morocco, large cultural centres. This is to contribute to human development in the country. The creation of the museum in Rabat is a response to a need, and it's not one without substance. If you look at the history of art in Morocco, you will see that there were Moroccan artists who wanted to create a museum. There were several attempts to start one.
While contemporary art may have long existed outside museum walls, Abdelaziz El Idrissi, the museum's director, feels these institutions are giving artists a larger voice.
We started with ethnographic museums in 1914. In the 1950s and 60s, we had identity affirmation and archaeological museums. Now we understand that Morocco has more potential. It has another card to play at a national level and on a world scale. We are aligning ourselves with global museology, with a museum of contemporary art. This means, simply put, that Morocco has the opportunity to look toward the future and not simply look at its history. It's also important to contextualize this contemporary art and tie it to the reality of a country, Morocco, which is itself tied to issues of the population, such as immigration and globalization. This makes Moroccan contemporary art, in my opinion, a flourishing art form. We're progressing at the same pace as the continent or other Mediterranean countries.
I realized I have a special artisanal touch, a unique stroke that is my signature. When I work, I start over and over and rework what I've done. But I don't feel bored because I feel pleasure in what I do. So this is what gives my sculptures a magic touch.
In his simple studio back in Marrakesh, sculptor Bousseki Abdeljalil is one of those artists hoping for that progress.
My mother's family reared horses, so whenever I used to visit them in the countryside, they were all around me. If you ask any Arab, they will tell you, we have a close bond with horses.
Layering sand and plaster over wiry frames and smoothing clay into foam. His horses may seem innocent enough, but to some, these sculptures can be considered controversial.
There are no verses in the Quran that forbid the making of sculptures. There have been some hadiths, sayings from the Prophet, that have been misinterpreted.
Forbidden, a word he has been hearing since he first pursued his craft. The Quran forbids the worship of idols, and some consider sculpture an idol, though Abdeljalil does not.
My primary fear is of people more than anything else. My understanding of God and religion is different from the rest of our society, who live in contradiction. You can't be productive or creative in such an environment because you will be judged by people who think they have the right to do so, because they know God better than you do.
ما كايناش شي قوة في العالم.
There is no power in the world that would stop me from sculpting. It fills me with such joy and ecstasy. It's something I will never stop. If someone came and threatened to kill me tomorrow, I would work all night, and tomorrow I would tell them to come kill me. When you love something that much, there is no force in the world that can stop it.
On this night, a celebration of street art, back at the Mohammed VI Museum for Modern and Contemporary Art. To the president of the National Foundation of Museums, Mehdi Kotebi, it's a statement to the new generation of artists that they have nothing to fear here.
There's a greater demand for museums in the world. There's a thirst for culture, knowing that culture is the best rampart against all fanaticism. Morocco is a country of tolerance, and we needed to give a response that we now have, which is to show culture that unifies people beyond our differences.
An approach that Kotebi feels will elevate Morocco's art scene to international levels.
That's extraordinary, and I'm delighted. It's a pleasure to know this museum transcends borders. It's like New York, Paris, or Rome. It proves that this museum is fulfilling its mission. We want to have a dialogue beyond borders. Cultural dialogue transcends borders. You might be in Morocco, but it can feel like New York, Paris, Rome, or Ouagadougou. What's important is bringing down the walls that separate us by the sharing of culture.
You can find out more by logging on to our website, cnn.com/Inside Africa. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Until next week, I'm Sonny Methu. Goodbye from Morocco.